Hello out there, and welcome to English YouTube Blaze. We're here with Swift Attack. It's a new game. It's on Steam, and we're gonna play it. It looks like everything looks very stretched out right now, but I mean that's quite high fidelity there. The animations are a little bit stilted, but that's okay. I like the look of that radar dish. That's cool. Yeah. Right, we've established the radar dish. Alright, so now we've got a tank that has rockets on it. We're establishing the tank with the rockets on it. That's an A-10. I've been inside an A-10 before. It was pretty cool. Probably one of my favorite aircraft from back when I was in the Air Force. But it's not carrying any weight. It's got no bombs or anything on it, so I don't know what's going on there. I'm just turning the volume down because it's a little bit loud. Alright, so we've got some more rockets, some more missiles or whatever. I mean, it'd be good if I knew what the hell was going on, I guess. Because the problem we're running into here is there's just no sort of reason for any of this to exist. Yeah, so the A-10 had nothing loaded on the bottom of it. So that was a cutscene. Yeah, so the A-10, when it was flying, it had nothing loaded on the bottom of it. So I don't know what it just dropped. They have a 30mm gun on the front, which it could have been firing. It kind of sounds like this. And it fires high explosive rounds and depleted uranium rounds and stuff. But it definitely didn't have any bombs. Okay, so what are we doing? Destroy the S-400 radar, destroy Buck M missiles. Alright. So we've got a little hop. Checkpoint reached. Right. So, I mean, so we're just a dude. Can I look at myself? No. How do can I switch weapons? There we go. Now we've got the rocket launcher. That's better. Oh, but that's slowing us down. There we go. Okay, so here's the things we need to destroy. Okay. I don't know if I'll be able to hit. Oh, I guess they're already shooting at me. Great. Right. Where am I being shot at from? Of course. Because why wouldn't that happen, I guess? But I don't know what I was expecting. Because it totally makes sense for one dude to assault a base with like 40 people guarding it. That's okay. I don't know what's So I spawned and the tank just killed me, I guess. But it took like 8 shots to kill me. So that's cool. So far, we're having fun. This is what fun is. Yeah. Love this screeny. This is cool. Alright. Oh, he's back. If I get away. Oh, no. No, okay. There's nowhere for me to hide, really. Okay. So, at least now we don't get killed by that tank. Right. We did take a bunch of damage from the tank. Alright. Okay. Was that a horse? I don't know, man. I don't know. So I've got a M16 and an RPG. Where is that coming from? I don't know, man. Okay. I mean, are we going, is the idea here that we're going for realism? Right. Okay. So, I mean, can we heal or anything? There's no, here's the controls. Okay. Grenade, melee, refill health, H. Right, so we did refill our health. Good. And then there's some ammo here or something? Alright. Well, we have way less ammo for that. That's bad. Okay. I mean, I don't know what we're supposed to be doing. We're on a big map here. We're supposed to destroy the radar and destroy the missiles. Sure. Okay, so... wrong one. Let's see what this does. Where are we getting shot from? Yeah, so the game is this. So far, I am not having fun. The game looks pretty good. It's got quite a high level of visual fidelity. All right, so it doesn't fly straight, of course. So they ran away. You know what? I'm gonna run this way, and you know what? I'll fast forward. I mean, I'm just gonna die again, aren't I? Yeah. So fast forwarding time. Yep, so I left. I quit because the game seems bad, basically. There's not really any good reason for it to be third person rather than first person. Aiming with the little triangle things is really undesirable. And, you know, it's very realistic in that if you get shot, you die. But then you're supposed to be one dude taking on, you know, dozens and dozens of guys who are wearing camouflage in the desert, which is great because that's super realistic, but also makes it really hard to see and fight them. Yeah, I didn't really have any fun with that. I mean, I guess shooting the rocket launcher was kind of cool, Yeah, I don't understand the third-person view. The third-person view here is basically actively detracting from the game. Because if I had iron sights, then I could aim down them. I don't need a scope so I can shoot people from a long distance. But having iron sights would make it easier. Having little triangle things at a distance, that's not useful. That's not how, that's not conducive to realism, the third-person view. They've done a good job on making the environments look very real, but there's no nod to any sort of gameplay or, like, introduction or sort of, I don't know, engaging me in the story. It's like, go destroy these things. I mean, there was an A-10 that came and blew up the stuff. I don't know which side I'm fighting for. I don't know who I'm working for. I don't know who the enemy is. I'm wearing a uniform that has a skull and crossbones on it, so I don't know. I could just be some psychopath, I guess. But yeah, none of the game really makes any sense, other than go fight. And it's third person, and it's weird. So let's read about it. Swift Attack is a military third-person shooter with an intelligent AI that provides a challenge to the player and won't be easy targets. You destroy ICBMs to prevent nuclear war. The game is an homage to old third-person shooters of the 90s. So, I'm trying to think of notable third-person shooters from the 90s. And I really can't. And I don't want to do them a disservice here, so I am going to go look it up right now, and then I'll be right back. Alright, so after a little bit of research, it seems like the notable third-person shooters are Tomb Raider and Duke Nukem. Tomb Raider, I don't really see that as, this isn't really an homage to that, and also this isn't really like Duke Nukem either. Maybe there's some other games, there was a big list, there were like 25 games or something. I just didn't recognize any of the names, which, I'm not saying that I am the end-all and be-all of cultural relevancy, but I was alive in the 90s and playing video games and playing PC video games as well, and none of them really struck me as a thing. The game does have a demo, so if you want to try it out yourself, if you liked what you saw there, you can play the demo. But like I said, I just don't. I don't know. I don't see a whole lot of value. It's just you've got your goal there, but I don't know who I am. I don't know who I'm fighting. We're trying to prevent nuclear war. I mean, how do we get that information from what we saw in the cutscene? All we saw was an A-10 with no bombs, dropping bombs, and a bunch of just nothing. People walking around missile sites. So I don't know, man. I don't know. Like, the gameplay is fine. The shooting doesn't feel good or anything. Like, it wasn't super satisfying to blow anything up. The gunfire and stuff, like I said, it's all very realistic, but is realism what we're going for at the expense of fun? Because that's where we're at. The game has realistic shooting in that you get shot and then you die, or you shoot them and then they die. You don't get to look down iron sights, which would make the shooting much more fun. You just have to kind of wing it. Like, none of the shots that I landed that were off in the distance, none of those felt like I had aimed at them and got them. And I mean, I know that is what happened. I aimed at them and they got shot, but it didn't feel satisfying because I wasn't actually aiming. It was just this little triangle reticule thing, which wasn't actually useful, I want to look down some iron sights. So I guess my biggest problem here is that we're going for realism, but the game is a third-person shooter, which detracts from the realism, and we end up, I mean, that's why the notable games from that era of third-person shooters are Duke Nukem and Tomb Raider. I mean, look, Mass Effect is a third-person shooter. I've got no problem with third-person shooters. In fact, shooting in Mass Effect is almost identical to this. You've got like a little triangle thing and you shoot, and it kills stuff. But the nice thing is, you don't just get killed in the first shot. You can take a few hits, and you can take a couple hits in this as well, but just really, you die pretty quickly. Mass Effect, you definitely don't. Not even on Insanity. So, I don't have a problem with third-person shooters. I just have a problem when we're going for this much realism and you're one dude with no goals. I mean, you have goals, but no sort of overarching mission or anything like that. So, in 2035, insurgents take over a Middle Eastern country and launch nuclear strikes on the global alliance forces in the nearby countries. Sure, of course, why not? That was definitely clear as day in the cutscene we saw. You are dispatched to locate and destroy the remaining missiles before they strike again. You face different enemies. What's with all the random capitalization? The take there, the different there, whatever. You face different enemies in the deserts of the Middle East. This game is an homage to the old third-person shooters of the 90s. The game is made with Unreal Engine 4. It is a military third-person shooter where you fight intelligent AI that can take cover when shot at. You can pick up weapons dropped by the killed enemies. You can carry 3 weapons. In the game, you should complete missions like locating and destroying weapon caches and missiles with a capital. Sure. Let's look at M game. So this is the first game, only game. Look, I mean, it only costs $7, so I don't know. It looks good, but I think that's the engine. I think that Unreal Engine 4 probably just looks good. I don't feel like there's a whole lot of other stuff going on. I mean, the AI did take cover and stuff. That was interesting, I suppose. But there's nothing else to care about in the game here. You know, you just take a bunch of damage. I don't know. Maybe I would have more fun if I wasn't just dying and having to watch a loading screen that took, you know, a significant amount of time each time. Yeah. And it's... People are going to jump in the comments and say I should get good at the game, and maybe I should, but there's nothing making me want to get good at the game because there's nothing here for me. There's no story, there's nothing bringing me onward, there's nothing that compels me to continue. You know, the game just says blow up this thing, blow up this other thing. Who cares? There's no stakes. It doesn't matter if I blow those things up. All that's going to happen when I blow those things up is it will tell me to blow up another thing. I don't know, man. So, lots of problems. The nice thing is it looks good. The game looks good, and if they're going for realism, it's reasonably realistic. So, I'm going to leave it there. Thanks for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe. Leave me a comment down below. Check out this game by clicking on the link in the description. And otherwise, I'll see you guys next time. Class dismissed.